Greetings, music lovers. First, we will hear a waltz, written by Johann Strauss. And as we hear the rhythmic strains of the haunting refrain, listen to the whip-wing rhythm of the woodwinds as it rolls around and around, and it comes out here.
Hey guys, it's a day. We're having a day. This is just a compilation of some cartoons. I thought it would be cute to let them kick us off, but it's just a day. We're having a day like any other. It's day 77, though. I mean, that's pretty cool. 77 days. I've been rocking it in this place for 77 days and still haven't gotten a set of curtains. I gotta get a set of curtains, yo. I gotta look cool, you know? I gotta look cool in the school. But and a set of curtains can pull that off. A set of curtains can make you look pretty badass. Nice set, anyway. The quilt makes me look pretty tough because it makes me look I don't give a shit. Like I just got out of prison and I'm like, fuck it, I'll hang a quilt up. I don't care. I'm tough like that, but that is what's going on. It is because I'm really tough, super tough. But this is a day 77. Did you catch the morning yank this morning? The morning yank was amazing this morning. Probably the best yank ever. I'm pretty sure it was the best yank ever. If you didn't catch it, if you missed it, you can catch it here on Facebook on the Morning Yank page. You can catch it on Rumble, best place to catch it, or Spotify even, or X. You can go to X. We are everywhere. We're everywhere. But welcome to a day. Hello, Gene. At least it's not duct taped to the wall. It's thumbtacked. Is that better? It's a little bit better than duct tape, right? It could be duct taped on the edges. That'd be badass looking. That'd make me look tough. Tougher. But hello to everybody. I uh I did have a really good time on the Yank today, and I'm coming on with harsh later. Sorry, my chair has gotten really creaky. It's kind of obnoxious, this chair. I don't know what its problem is. But yeah, like I said, I'm going on with harsh later tonight, so watch out for that. He said 7 Central, 8 Eastern. But when Harsh tells you something, you can like go ahead and add about a half hour to 45 minutes to it. So I don't want to promise you that we'll be up at 7. You know, I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll do our best. That's what we can do with Harsh. We can just try to do our best, and that's what we'll do. But yeah, it was a good show. I really like the Yank now. I like it a lot. It's a lot better to me now with Jackie and Harsh. Because you get two different perspectives. Jackie's Canadian, so even though no one cares what Canadians think, we get that perspective, and then we just get along really good. So it's just really good. I really like the Yank now. What's up, Tony? Man, I don't know. I'm not on for at least an hour right now. Maybe. I can't promise though. And then, but later I'm on with Harsh, and we're gonna be on for at least an hour. Harsh and Jackie, I think. I think Jackie's coming. But right now, I'm gonna be on for I don't know. I don't know, man. Depends on how long I can come up with things to talk about. Sometimes that's a long time, but this is a day, so I don't really have anything that I've already picked out to talk about. It's just gonna be talking about my day, which has been kind of boring. I did smoke the last of my flower. I still have a vape, but I like flower. I prefer flower. That's my favorite method. and I could only get an eighth this week. So I made it last like 4 days, but I smoked the last of it today, just now, like 10, 15 minutes ago. So that's why I'm a little slow on the uptake right now. But we're going to hang out and talk about stuff. Hopefully we can make it till Tony gets his wine, because when you get some wine, you're feeling fine. How you doing, Carla? Dean says he saw a duct taped one and meme today. Tax for the win, baby. Thumbtacks are classier than duct tape. Sometimes in a situation you use tacks, sometimes you use the duct tape. On a wall, you don't want to rip off the tape with the paint. It just could be a mess. And I don't know if you knew this, but I basically live with my parents. This place ain't like a regular apartment. I got all kinds of rules. I don't even know if I'm allowed to live stream. I didn't look it up in my lease. I may not be allowed to. It might be something I'm not supposed to be doing. I don't know. I better check. I better check and see if I can run it past them, see if it's okay. Maybe I can get some clearance to do it. I'm being silly because they made a new rule where I live. Where I live is not an apartment. That part's true, but it has hotel rules. So any guest I'm going to have after 10 p.m., I have to give them like their vehicle information and stuff, and basically their firstborn and all this information about their mother and addresses, last four addresses. No, I'm just kidding. Just the vehicle information and their name and all that. And I just don't want to do that. I would never do that. I would never be like, hey, you're cute. You want to come back to my place? Is it cool if I text, your license and everything to my landlord before you come by? From 10 to 7, no guests unless you do that. And that's also quiet time. I wish I was making this up. I'm not, though. I am not. That's a good meme right there. What hurts you blesses you. Darkness is your candle. I don't know. What do you think about that? I'm going to ruminate on that for a second. Fuck him. He can eat shit. Who we talking about? Tony says, fuck him. He can eat shit. It does sound like a retirement village, Dean. What it is it's an old hotel that got converted over into studio apartments. And that's where I live now. For now. I don't know how long that'll be. Oh, my landlord. Yeah, yeah. Dude, I got yelled at like a little kid for propping a door open, which I know there's a rule against it, but like I didn't see any big deal in it. And people prop it open all the time. And I just happened to be the one that got caught. And I got yelled at like a little kid. It was embarrassing. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. So yeah, I'm with Tony on that. That's a good idea what he just had. I'm behind this statement. This statement is brought to you by the Sean Yankee Show, care of Tony Smith. Yeah, it does. It does sound like a retirement village. I don't even know if I'm allowed to be this loud. I've never ran it by anybody. I should get one of those things where you get like a decibel reading so I know when I've gone over. Dean, dude, a $5 footlong is now like $11.50. Sometimes 13 if you get the steak. I'm ready. Let's do this. Let's do this. It is time to rise up, my brother. It's going to be too expensive to eat soon. And as a fat boy, I do not like that. I do not like that idea. That is not an idea that I am down with, my friend. I'm not on the ground with that idea. So yeah, let's do this. We got to do it. We might as well just do it. We keep waiting on stuff and waiting and waiting and waiting. Red. And we're gonna wait and wait and wait till it's too fucking late. You know? And I don't want to see that. I would really hate to see us go to stand up and fight and realize, oh, we're fucked. Wait, hey, go get the guns. Oh wait, we gave them up because they were gonna lock up the swamp and we had to do it for a little while and they just never did lock up the swamp, but they took those guns sure enough. And wait. Tell them on social media. Tell everybody what's going on. Get on the old social media and tell everybody. Oh yeah, your sensor on there. No one's gonna see it. You're at the bottom of the feeds. You've been choked off everywhere you can possibly communicate or reach somebody to help you. It's too late to fight. It may already be too late to fight, to stand up, to wait it out. It's not too late for that. That seems to be what the option is for people like me, people like you. It's just to wait it out because it will balance itself out. The world is controlled by evil right now, but red, yeah, red, red, Tony, red all day. Red will put you to bed, man. White, it sometimes ain't right. Red today. I'm telling you, that's why I said it earlier. I even put the comment up. I was trying to tell you, red all day. You can. I'm just kidding, Tony. You're good. But the universe doesn't speak English. I don't know if you knew that. Did you know that? It doesn't. It speaks frequency, vibration, and energy. That is what the universe understands. And red wine. The universe understands all those things and red wine. It loves it. No, we're just cogs in the machine, Dean. You're right. We are. But we could stand up if we would just come together. Why can't we do this? Isn't that frustrating? It's frustrating to me. Frustrate you? Frustrates me all the time. I wonder very often why we can't just do the simple thing that we need to do, which is come together. To just come together and stop being stubborn. Only takes 3% of us. If 3% of us could stand united. I'm wasting my breath though. But you can't think that way because, like what Ralph Waldo Emerson is saying on the screen right now about people do not seem to realize that their opinion of the world is also a confession of their character. So if you think everything's doom and gloom and everything's shit and everything sucks, maybe you're confessing that that's what you're putting out into the world. That's how I took that quote. How'd you take it? But yeah, this is day 77. I don't know. Every time I feel like I'm kind of struggling, I'm going to put old Elmer and Bugs back up on the screen because I'm having a tough time, but I'm trying to have a good time because I just smoked the last of my flower. So I was like, what can I do? What can I do right now to ensure that I have a decent time? And I was like, well, let's hang out. Let's talk to, the peeps on day 77. But then sometimes I feel like, are these even interesting? You know, I don't know if they are or not. Just me trying to deal with everything that happened and just being normal right now. I guess at day 77, we're at the point where it's just being normal and just hanging out. But I don't know. When I hit people like that, like the other night, that guy on YouTube was like, "This is fucking weird," and I'm like, "It is kind of weird. It is kind of weird because it's a random as fuck little live stream because it's actually a video vlog. Dean finds him entertaining, and that's the only thing I needed to hear. If it's entertaining, it's of value. And for me, it's cathartic as well. And this, I hope it's not distracting because I'm just going to put it up from time to time, the cartoon in the background. But look, let me see if I can show you. The little dude's not on it, but there's that bed. It's made up. Everything's looking sweet over there. And I've already had a couple naps today. I almost slept through the morning yank. I almost pulled a harsh and slept right through the morning yank. It came really close to happening. I thought it was gonna happen because I didn't even set an alarm. I didn't expect to fall asleep. I get up early. I wake up at like 5 every day, no matter what. I wake up at 5. I used to be able to sleep like a champ, but now I wake up at 5 no matter what. I can go back to sleep, but I wake up. And this time it was the cat. She was mad at me, and it was a little bit before 5 actually. But I was up and I was waiting, and I even got Harsh's message. 82 minutes till the show, and then I passed out. Woke up at like quarter till, and luckily I made it in time. But I didn't think I was gonna for a second. Dean says he had nothing to do at work this morning. That was the first yank he's ever caught. What did you think of it? That's the new crew. I've been doing that show for years. But that crew, that's our 5th show, I think. I'm really happy with it. You know, I Tony said when him and Harsh was on the Green News Network, we had a live go viral because he fell asleep for 20 minutes. Dean said he had nothing to do at work and caught the first morning yank. I'd like to know what you think because I'm so happy with this new crew. You know, yeah, cool, good. I'm glad. I hope you come back. I really love that. That's my baby. Started off me and Paul Jones, and then I tried out some co-hosts. My ex tried it out, and then a guy named Drew. But I think we finally found the right group. This is a good fit, I feel. So it was a really solid yank. And if you didn't catch it, there'll be a replay. I'm gonna replay it. I'm thinking Thursday night, replay it in the evening yank. But I'm also working on a quickie. So I think I'm gonna do a quickie every other episode. So I'm gonna do clips from 2 different episodes in each quickie. That'll mix it up a little more and also pace them out a little better. But a quickie is where I take clips from this show and I switch them around and mix them up, put them out of order, and even maybe put a different day with a different day, and put bloopers in between and just make it. It's pretty cool actually the way it turns out. You'll have to catch it over. Dean, yeah, is that where you first saw me on the Crayola Sec Harsh Reality Radio Hour? I'm on there tonight. I'm on the Harsh Reality again tonight. Maybe I could pick somebody else up. But yeah, I'm just a regular guy. I'm a stand-up comic, but I haven't done stand-up, to be honest with you, in a long time. I used to do it pretty regular, and that was a while back. I'm gonna go back to it as soon as I get reliable transportation, because you kind of have to have good transportation if you're gonna do that. You got to be able to go to different clubs and then go to gigs if you get a gig. So I'm gonna get back to that, but right now I'm mostly a writer and a podcaster. I do the Sean Yankee Show, the Morning Yank, and now Conspiracy Theories and Chill. And so I try to do that stuff right now in the meantime till I get back to doing comedy. That's my ultimate goal is to get back to that. But Tony says he saw the Morning Yank on replay, and it was pretty cool. More of a comedic, political, social show. Yeah. Yeah, it's different from me and Paul's. Yeah. I like it. I like the way it's turned out. Hey, Chris. Good to see you. This is a day. This is my personal little journal where we hang out and look at memes and talk about stuff and just kick it around. What's going on? So, what's going on with you guys? I'm just getting used to stuff, man. Like, it's getting a little better now that I've been able to start affording my flour. Although I wish I could afford more of the flour. I've been having to fall on some of the vape stuff because it lasts a little longer. But it's not as good as the flour, you know? That's a personal preference, probably, but I don't know. Are you a cannabiseur? I'm a cannabiseur. I'm kind of a snob when it comes to cannabis, and most of us cannabiseurs are, but we have a taste for it. You know, it hits our palate different. Dean's a cannabiseur. He knows what I'm talking about. Flower power all day. Like a vape can be 90%. The one I'm working on currently is 86%. I'm telling you, that joint of 29% weed hit harder than that vape ever can. It just did. It just does. Something about pure flower, smoking it, is the best delivery for me. Now, edibles, a lot of people like those. They don't really get me as good. I got a real high tolerance for edibles. I can do like 200 milligrams and only be high on it for like an hour. And if I do a 20 or something like that, I don't even feel it. I don't even notice it. So if somebody offers me one of those, I'm like, you should just do that yourself because I don't want to waste it. Tony, I agree. Weed is cool. Okay, you're a real Christian man and real godly and stuff. I believe that cannabis is a miracle from God. I believe that evil can't create. Cannabis grows naturally. It's from God. That's what I think. I think it's got so many uses. It even stops seizures in children, and in my opinion, cures cancer. Not just my opinion. Other people think that too. Rick Simpson oil cures cancer. You know, there's a lot of benefits of marijuana. So all natural. You know what I mean? That's what I mean. Right on, Chris. The House of Dank. Congratulations. Tell your wife congratulations. I love cannabis. I think it's a miracle from God. I really do. It'd be real hard to convince me otherwise. I just wanted to know if Tony agrees. Yeah, in moderation. Everything in moderation, right? I've done cocaine once. I was not impressed. I'm just being honest with you. I wasn't impressed. But, I never had Coke with cocaine in it. Maybe that's the way I need to do it. To drink it in your Coke. Coke used to have cocaine in it. When it was good, the real original recipe Coke had cocaine in it. And that's how you knew you were getting that good stuff, because you get that buzz with it. The fizzy with the buzz. That's good stuff. House of Dank, man, that sounds great. I would love to get some weed from the House of Dank. Corporate office, man. Rising on up, starting at the top at the House of Dank on the upper floor. That is amazing. I would love to work at a dispensary. I think I would be a really good bud tender. I think I would upsell like crazy, you know? In fact, I just taught a lady, well, I'm in the process of teaching her. She's learning how to do cones, how to properly pack a cone, which I had no idea was as hard as it apparently is, but she's having difficulty, but I was teaching her how to do it right, and I enjoy that. I enjoy helping people with medicating with cannabis. I turned her on to the cones. She was rolling blunts, but she was having trouble with it, getting them to turn out right. I never could do it, so I couldn't help her there, but I'm like, you should get cones. Real convenient. But then she couldn't, they were running on her because she was packing them too loose. And I showed her, I was like, no, man, just a little bit at a time. Pack it in there real good, put a little more in, pack it in good. Then it'll be burned real nice for you. Because she was like, yours are so pretty. How do they turn out like that? I was like, love. I put love in each one. I fill it all the way to the top with love. I don't know if they do, Chris. I don't know. Chris asked a very important question that I'm not going to say out loud because why do that? But I don't know the answer to it. I've heard that you need a warrant to search mail, but I don't know if they're into that. I've heard FedEx is the best way to do it, but I don't know if that's true. I don't know anything about it. Um, is the most honest answer that I can give you. Dean says FedEx. I keep hearing FedEx. I hear it all the time. But Tony says he just doesn't like the way it makes him feel. Uh, just alcohol and weed for him. Cocaine, I don't like it. I wasn't impressed. I wasn't impressed. Like everybody there was like, it was so fucking good, and they're talking about how great it is, and I heard how much it costs. I'm like, this is. Have you ever heard of Red Bull? Like Monster Energy drinks, you can guzzle one of those and get the same feeling, for way less, and you don't got to deal with some shady motherfucker, and then split up a little bitty amount with 10 friends, you know. But I overthink everything, you know. I overthink. It shouldn't be that way. It should be more cool. Yeah, UPS, United Pot Smokers. That's right. I didn't even think of that. Do UPS. No, I heard that FedEx is actually the biggest drug dealer, drug transporter on the planet. Although I wish they would federally legalize it so that you could ship it state to state and that it wasn't a crime to mail it, because it shouldn't be. It should be able to be shipped to your buddies like a box of cookies. Like, hey man, I had a really nice harvest. Here's some bud for my bud. That's how it should be. Dean says Ross sells a cone loader. It's cheap on Amazon. And that would help her? Because, it might be a little bit to do with her hands. I haven't asked her. Maybe she's got a little bit of arthritis, but she's having trouble with packing the cones right. So I was showing her how to do it. But if there's a cone loader, he says there's a cone loader. I'll look it up. I'll look it up. Maybe I'll get it for her. Because she's a medical patient like me. She smokes daily. You know, she has more flour than I do, but, good on her. She's winning at life. I'll get there. I'll climb that mountain. I'll get back on top of that mountain. I used to have enough flour for every day. I'll get back to that. I can believe I can fly. I don't care that R. Kelly liked to pee on people. That song has value still. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day. I spread my wings and fly away. I believe I can soar. With a little bit of cannabis, I can come running through that open door. Yep. Now, cannabis is amazing. I feel like it is. I'm pretty impressed. Like to me, it's one of the bigger proofs of God's power, the amazing miracle that is cannabis. I just don't see how it could come any other way. It has to be from God. It grows out of the ground. That's God's earth. So it must be from God for me to enjoy. And you can have some too, as long as there's enough to share. If there's not that much, then it's just for me. I don't know if you knew that, but now you do. Tony says FedEx is a big drug pusher. George Bush Jr. used to contract them for opioids. Look it up on DuckDuckGo, not Google. You ain't gonna find shit on Google, but look it up on DuckDuckGo. Yeah, a lot of things you got to use that for. And then I've even started using Yandex, which is a Russian search engine. And sometimes they give you even better results than DuckDuckGo. Because sometimes things are really suppressed, and you can't even find them on the old DuckDuckGo. Man, I like old cartoons. I know there ain't no sound on this, but I like old cartoons. Yandex, Yandex. It's a Russian search engine. And I don't know if it's good for Russian censored topics, but it's good for our censored topics. I tend to find a lot more stuff over there. But yeah, I'll be on with Harsh later on. I'm probably going to wrap up here in a second because I'm going to ask that lady if she's ready for me to walk the dogs. Because I'm going to get that out of the way because I'm going to be on with Harsh in an hour and a half to 2 hours. I can't tell you when because it's Harsh. And he's harsh on the time. He don't like to be on time. So whenever he rolls through, we'll be here with you. 7-ish, 8-ish Eastern, 7 Central. But check out that Morning Yank if you didn't get a chance to listen to it. Like I said, you can get it on Spotify, Rumble, here on Facebook, on X. It's everywhere. But it's not on YouTube. That's why I didn't mention it, because it's not on YouTube. I can't stream to YouTube because Jackie likes to say all kinds of topics that are censored on YouTube, and I can't get her under control. I've never been able to get a woman under control ever in my life. So I don't expect it's going to happen right away. This has been day 77. Thanks for hanging out, and look for us tonight on Harsh Med's Reality. Tony says if he doesn't show up an hour after the show starts, he ain't coming. Well, tonight's his show, so if he don't come, I guess there won't be a show. But if there is, we'll be there, hanging out on the Harsh Reality with Harsh Med. But thank you guys for watching and hanging out on day 77. God bless you. Have a great day.